Standing. Start standing with our roller, standing up in front of us like that. And we're going to actually come into that Pilates position with our feet. So baby first, which means you're going to externally rotate your legs, right? So kind of really feel like you're opening your legs from the very top, right where the hip is, hip opening. And the heels may or may not be together. That's okay. Just get them as close as you can. And just put the fingertips on top of your roller. So we're going to gently press into the roller as we kind of squeeze the legs together and lift all. Right? So feel like you're lengthening as you just gently press into the roller and release. And then we're going to lift the heels. So we're going to lengthen and lift the heels. Float them up as we inhale and back down as we exhale. And inhale, float up. Exhale, float down. If you want to release your hands from the roller, that's fine. You don't have to have them on the roller. Good. And just feel that length as we float the heels up. And that length stays there as we float the heels back down. Good. And when the heels come down, we're going to bend the knees. So we kind of go into a little plie and roll all the way up onto the toes. And then kind of squeeze the legs together to roll back to the heels. So think of rolling through your feet, right? So knees open as we bend. All the way up onto the toes, and then squeeze the legs together, lengthen, and roll back to the heels. Make sense? Open, up onto the toes, and roll back as you kind of squeeze and lift through the thighs. Great. And then when we come to that place, we'll bring our legs parallel. I'll turn sideways so you can see. And you're going to kind of bring the roller away from you enough, or your body away from the roller, so that you can come into a flat back with your hands on the roller, heels down, and kind of lift the tailbone. Yeah, just resting, pressing into the roller, and just bend one knee, and then straighten that leg and bend the other knee. So alternate bending the knee in this little leg stretch and feeling our hips kind of shifting up and down as we do that. Stretch through one leg and the other. And then go ahead and bring yourself up to standing. And we're going to bring the roller behind our back. So the arms are just resting on it. And we're going to move our spine here. So just relax your arms, just a way to open our chest and shoulders. And we're going to arch a little bit, looking up as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to curl our chin in and round our back. Think mostly of the upper back, but just kind of rounding and lowering and then stacking back up and coming into an arch. So kind of a little cat-cow movement of our spine, arching and then rounding. And you might go, your knees might bend just a little bit with it. Let the knees be relaxed as you arch, we straighten. And maybe as we round, our knees might bend a little bit and we just go a little farther. Feeling a little more stretch in the low back, and then stack back up and arch. And then a couple more, and you might go a little farther so that you're almost in like a half roll down, and then stack back up and arch. We really want to move the spine as we open our shoulders, basically, right? So rounding, letting the knees bend, and stacking all the way up. Good. And then taking that roller out from behind us, we'll bring our legs into a wider position of second position, legs turned out. Sit into a little squat, however you're comfortable there. And then lifting that roller up over our head. Going to take a little side bend. So let's bend over to the right. And then just straighten your right leg and kind of reach a little bit. And then bend your right leg and bring it back to the top. And then we'll take it over to the left. Straighten that left leg, kind of helps us really get a stretch through our right side. And then bend and lift back up. And two more. Over to the right, straighten the right leg. Get a little more stretch on that left side. Bend and back to the top. And over to the left. Straighten that left leg. Reach. And bend and lift back up to the top. We'll stay here for a moment as we inhale. Exhale, twist. Look behind you. And inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Just a couple times on each side. And breathe. And then when we come back to center, we can go ahead and lower that roller, straighten the legs. And we're going to bring our roller onto the mat or the floor, wherever you want it to be lengthwise. And come to the end of your roller facing. We're going to roll down here. So just allowing our head and shoulders to relax. Maybe put your hands on the roller, little bend and straighten of the knees. And then we'll walk our hands, one on either side of the roller, to walk out into pike or down dog, and just take a little stretch here as you lift the tailbone and stretch the heels down. I like to do this at the beginning because it gets blood to our head, right? Blood to the brain. Good to do inversions like this for the brain especially. And then we're going to walk our hands back, letting the knees bend as much as they need to. And when you get here, relax everything, stack the spine back up. Pelvis comes under as we stack up to the top. And then we'll turn around and we'll bring ourselves to the end of our roller. So just sitting on the very end. Now, if you have a really firm roller, you might like to lay a towel on top of it or something for padding. And we're going to walk ourselves onto our back here. Your head's on the roller. Just let your arms kind of go out from your shoulders and widen the legs a little bit. And just start by taking a little side to side roll. So maybe the hips go one way and the head might turn the way away from the hips, right? Just kind of let your body go back and forth and massage under the shoulders and the hips. And then we'll come back to center on our roller and bring the feet in so that they're more in line with our sits bones. We're going to reach our arms to the ceiling, right? So just letting your arms be soft, never locking our elbows, kind of letting our shoulders relax. Just reach one arm and then let it drop, and then reach the other arm and let it drop. Just doing a little back stretch here. And then we might play around with rotating our arm as we reach it, right? So if you kind of open, so your palm faces the back, and then come back down. And then you might open to turn your arm internally by rotating your palm down and out to the side. Just kind of play around with that if you want to, as you reach your arms. Yeah, whatever feels good. Good. And then letting our shoulders relax. We're going to imagine we're hugging a big tree, right? So here you are with your arms slightly rounded, and our hands are not together, right? We're just opening those arms out, and we're just going to take them out down to the ground. Our tree grew bigger and fatter, and then we'll lift them back up. Just a little rounding of our arms as we open out toward the ground and back up. Relax your shoulders on the roller. You feel a little massage here. Good. And then when we lift the arms up, go ahead and straighten them. Point palms to feet. Take one arm back, one arm down by our side, and we'll just do a few slow sweeps. Slowly sweeping within our range of motion, right? Whatever that is. Letting your shoulders relax and breathe. And let's make a little windmill. So one arm's back, one arm's down. We'll slowly sweep them out to the side and switch. And then lift back to the top. And then alternate. One arm, the other arm goes back, the other arm goes down. Slowly circle them around and back to the top. So moving our arms slowly in this windmill, I call it windmill, opposite circles. And letting that massage go into the scapula. Next time our arms come to the ceiling, we're just going to bend the elbows. So the elbows are coming out from our shoulders. Our fingertips are pointing up. And your elbows may or may not be on the ground. Probably not. Just let your hands fall back toward the ground. And then lift back up. Again, relaxing the shoulders. Let the hands fall back. And lift up. And fall back. And lift. Nice and heavy on the roller. One more time. And lift up. And then bring your arms down to the ground. Slide them down by your side, wherever, kind of alongside you, sort of reaching for the feet here. Take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're just going to feel our tailbone curl up a little bit and feel our low back imprint into the roller, engaging the abs. And then inhale, relax your pelvis back to neutral. Exhale, kind of curl that tailbone up a little bit. Feel your low back imprint into the roller. Nice little stretch for your low back. And then relax the pelvis. And then we're going to gently, on our exhale, we're going to gently bring our low back into the roller and stay there as we lift our right leg into tabletop or that bent knee position. Inhale to put that foot back down, and then exhale, left leg floats up. Inhale, put that foot down. Good. Exhale, right leg floats up. And you're just gently sort of pulling your low back toward the roller. It doesn't have to be flat on the roller or anything like that, but alternating, lifting the knees. And then next time we lift one leg, you're going to stay there, hold it there, and then exhale the other leg up. So we got both legs, feeling how stable we feel here on the roller. Just notice. And then we're going to bring that leg away toward the ground and exhale it back up. So the opposite direction, right? Toe touch or heel touch. Inhale away, exhale back up. So you don't, obviously you do not have to touch the ground. You just need to kind of move that leg toward the ground and then bring it back, right? Good. And then next time your legs are both up, let's put our left foot on the ground. Keep your right leg up. And then we're just going to extend that leg, unbend your knee, and then bring it back in. And extend that leg out at an angle and bend it. And kind of pulling your low back into the roller a little bit. And let's add some challenge to that. Knee bent, bring your left arm up to the ceiling. Reach your left arm back as you extend your right leg. And then return back to where we started. So reach out and bend. And reach out and bend. Now, if you want to add one more level to that, you're going to lift your left leg into tabletop, hold it there as you unbend your right leg and reach your left arm back and return, right? So just if that feels doable to you, adding that next level, right? Reach away. And you might find it a little challenging like I am. Reach away and bend. Okay, and then we'll put both feet back down. Everything goes back down to the floor for a moment. And then lift your left leg up. And same thing, extend that leg out and bend. Just feel how that feels on that side. Stable you feel. And then bring your right arm up, reaching your right arm back as you extend that left leg out and return. So reach and return. Now this side is different for me. This side's more challenging for me. So just notice if that's true. And maybe you want to bring your right leg up and maybe you don't. And extend that left leg as you reach your right arm back. Good. And breathe. This side's a little wobbly for me, but you know, it's good for our stabilizing muscles to challenge them. All right. And when we come back to our start position, we'll go ahead and bring our arms down, one foot down, other foot down, and go ahead and rock yourself off of the roller gradually onto our back. And we'll start with, we'll pick up the roller and hold it with our legs bent and legs together. Well, they don't have to be together. They can be, if you don't want your legs together, you don't have to. And then sway your legs over to the right, take your roller over to the left, and bring everything back to the top and take your legs to the left, roller to the right, and back. So we're twisting torso in one direction, legs in the other direction. Little side to side. And then when we come to the top, we will bring one leg and then the other leg up into tabletop, legs together, and we'll do it with our legs up. So legs are together, we take them to one side, we take our roller to the other side, and lift back up. And the other direction. Little side to side twist here. And breathe. I think this feels really good. So hopefully you guys like this one too. And then when we come back to the top on this one, we'll bring the roller on top of our knees. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to curl up and we're just going to push the roller toward our feet, right? Just kind of roll it away a little bit. And then lie back down as it rolls back to your knees. Good, so inhale, exhale, curl up and kind of roll that roller toward the feet. And then roll it back as you lay back down. One more. Inhale, exhale, push the roller away. And bring it back as you lie down. All right, and then we're going to bring the roller underneath our legs. Put your feet on the other side of it. So it's between the heels and the butt, right? Like that. You can just rest your fingertips on the roller. So we're going to inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to peel off the mat into a bridge. So go ahead and bridge the hips up and adjust as needed, relax the shoulders. Take a breath. And then on our next exhale, just melt the spine down one vertebra at a time. And again, inhale, exhale, peel off the mat on this one. And pressing our hips up at the top, we exhale down one vertebra at a time. And then you have the option of putting your feet on the roller or not. So it's up to you. If you feel like you want to add that, go ahead and bring your feet on top of the roller. Inhale, exhale, peel off the mat into a bridge. Inhale, exhale, back down. Just 2 times, 2 more bridges, 1 more. Nice deep breath. Good. Press the hips up as you inhale and melt the spine back down. Just adds a little more tension there with our feet on the roller. All right, and then we're going to bring our hands behind our head. So clasp hands behind head and take it, lengthen, lift those elbows as we inhale, and then pressing our head and shoulders up on our exhale. And then we'll straighten the legs, roll that roller out, away from us, bring it back in, and lie back down. So inhale, exhale, press up, straighten and roll it out. Stay up, roll it back in, and lie back down. Exhale up again, extend those legs out. Inhale, exhale, pull it in and roll, and then we lie back down. Good, 1 more. Inhale, exhale up, stretch the legs out. This time we're going to leave our legs straight, so the rollers underneath the calves or the ankles, lay back down. Good. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to press up and just lift that right leg up a little bit, and then rotate and look to the right. Okay, so looking back, and then come center, lower that leg as you lie back down. Inhale, exhale, lift the left leg up at an angle, rotate to the left and look back and up. Come back to center and lower everything back down. Good. Nice deep breath. Exhale, float that right leg up as you come up, turn to the right. Come back to center and lower everything back down. Inhale, exhale, press up and lift the left leg and rotate to the left. Elbows wide, bring it center and lay back down. Good, you can relax here. Bend your knees to bring your roller in toward you again, feet on the roller. Release your hands from behind your head. Sweep them. Oh, actually, let's do a big stretch. Let's do a big stretch first. So straighten your legs again. Reach your arms over your head, and it just feels so good. So we'll do a little side to side reach through one side and then the other. One of my favorite things. Flexing the feet and just do a little stretch. So good for your body. And then we'll go ahead and bend the knees, bring that roller in, sweep your arms down, curl up, and if you need to grab hold of your legs, you can. Straighten the legs and roll up. And sitting. And then we'll just keep the roller underneath the legs. Bring the belly toward the thighs, knees can be bent. Let the knees be bent, and then maybe do a little straighten and bend or whatever your body needs, right, to stretch over here. I know it's a lot bigger stretch when our legs are on the roller, so And just breathe. And then we're going to sit up and we'll bring that roller on top of our legs in a straddle, and the rollers underneath the knees. And just do a little rolling of that roller out towards your feet and stack back up. Just do that a few times. Thinking of massaging your shins, right? Roll it out, massaging the shins. Also getting a sacrum stretch and stack back up. Good. And then we'll come back sitting with our legs together and find your spine really tall, and then see how straight your legs can go, right? So again, we want to emphasize that nice tall spine, and then we'll take our roller and lift it up over our head, lengthening our spine nice and tall. Good. And then inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to do a little twist. You probably won't go very far. That's okay. And then bring it back to center. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale tall. Exhale, twist the other way. Good. Inhale tall. Exhale, little twist. Back to center. Keep the head lifted. Inhale tall. Exhale, little twist. And back to center. Good. Relax your arms and your legs for a moment. We're going to keep holding the roller. Keep our legs out in front of us, but you can let your knees bend as much as you want. They can bend and straighten, whatever feels good to you. So what we're going to do is hold the roller and inhale. As we exhale, press into the roller, roll back to your sacrum or so. Stop. Inhale, press into the roller to roll back up. And then as we come up, we're going to lift that roller up, lengthen the spine. Again, your knees can bend, and then bring it forward as we inhale and exhale, roll back. So we're just going to do that a few times, and you might go down to your rib cage. Inhale, exhale, press into the roller to roll up, and lift that roller up, lengthen, kind of looking up, right? So we can really lengthen, and then bring it forward. How far you want to go. Inhale, exhale, pressing into the roller to help us up. And then we lift, bring it forward, and exhale. I'm just going back to my shoulder blades. Exhale, up, and lift tall. And bring the roller forward. You can stay here when you get here and see if you can bring that roller to your toes. You can make it that far. and you know, whatever amount of stretch you can get, maybe the roller's resting on top of your ankles. That's okay too. All right, and then we'll take the roller. Actually, let's bring the roller back under our calves, and we can just do a little massage of our calves. So hands behind the hips and just kind of move your calves around, your legs around, and massage. You can stack one leg on the other, right, to add weight if you like, or just move them in and out. Try to relax the legs. And then we'll bring the roller under our thigh. So let's bring our kind of lift up onto that roller, hands behind, and roll the hamstrings. Okay, just kind of pulling ourselves back. And you might find that you can roll all the way to the top, to the hips and down to the knees and all the way up. Using our strong arms to support us. All right. And then go ahead and lower down to the mat. And we're going to bring the roller around to our side, whatever side you want to start with. We'll just put the roller underneath one armpit with our legs bent, like a half bend, right? Kind of find yourself in this roller right there under the lats, kind of that area, that muscle there. And then we'll start by bringing our top hand to our shoulder, just kind of rest it there. And we're going to roll back into that shoulder opening. And then we're going to bring ourselves up and close that elbow in. Now, if you're able to bring your hand behind your head, if that's comfortable for you, that's a little bit more of a stretch. So you can either keep your hand on your shoulder or bring it behind your head and open and then close elbow to roller. Yeah. And open to the back, kind of rolling onto that shoulder, massaging into it and close. I could do this all day. All right, and next time we come forward, we can go ahead and release the hand from behind the head and just bring it wherever you want. Make sure your knees are stacked, hips are stacked. And we're going to start with clam here. So, oh, sorry, I forgot. Bring the roller underneath your rib cage. So kind of wherever it feels comfortable for you. It might be lower, it might be higher, right up on our hand here. And then we're just going to open, close. So without rolling back, we open and close. Inhale and exhale. I'm a little spacey today, can you tell? Pressing top heel into bottom heel to open and I put my hand here because I'm just making sure I'm not rolling back on my. Oh, I'm about to kick you, Jake. I'm gonna have to. Okay, and then next time we close, just go ahead and slide that leg long, lift it up a little bit, lower it, slide it in, slide it out, lift it up, lower it, slide it in, right? Doesn't lift very high, just a little bit. Good. And one more. And then we'll extend that leg long, foot flexed. See if you can bring your arm up, make it a little more challenging. And we're going to kick forward and stretch back if that works for you. Kick and reach. Otherwise, you can have your hand down on the roller. I'm managing not to kick my cat, but he's a little nervous. Okay, inhale and exhale. Good boy, Jake. Reach. Inhale and exhale. So we have our arm up. Obviously, it's a little more challenging to stabilize. Good. Last one. Nice big kick back, and then you can just let your leg bend, let your arm relax. We'll press ourselves up into mermaid, and you can either have this leg folded or half mermaid, and arms out, one hand on the roller. We're going to lift tall, rotate over, stretch that roller away from us, roll it out, push and pull it back in, and open out. Good. And breathe. Press and lift and open out. Over, roll it out. Press and lift to bring it back. And open. And stay here. This hand on the mat or on the ground. This arm by our ear. A side stretch. And just looking up under our arm, a little bit of a rotation up. And then back to side and rotate your chest to point down. Let your arm just stretch down. Hand to the leg, wherever it goes. And reach out and lift back up to sitting. Then we're going to take this leg out if it's behind you. Lift both legs up in front. Take that roller, lift it up. And we're just going to walk on our butt forward. Take little steps forward here. Hi, Jake, I'm coming at you. And then take little steps back. Oh, harder. Try to do that all the way across the room and see if you can do it, right? Okay, take it to the other side. And we'll bring ourselves with our legs in a half bend, laying on the roller with our armpit on it. Good. Find it under there. And then again, this hand could be on the shoulder if you need to, or behind the head. And we're just going to open to the back. And then we're going to curl that elbow in. Come forward and open to the back. Massaging into this shoulder. And breathe. This is the one that really makes you feel amazing afterwards, right? Of course, it all does. And then next time we close our elbow in, we can just come to a place where the roller's under the ribs someplace, wherever it feels right for you. Head on hand, knees stacked, half bend, open, and close. So inhale as we press heel into other heel to open. Exhale, close. So we're also, because we're on the roller in this position, we're really getting into the massaging our rib cage, which is kind of a good place to put some pressure. And then we'll the leg relax, extend and float up, down, pull in, extend, lift, lower and in, and breathe. And then next time we extend the leg, go ahead, stay there, flex the foot, kick forward. Oh, sorry, reach your arm up. If you can, kick forward and reach back. Inhale and exhale. Leg is nice and straight. And we're going to give it a nice kick back, kick forward. Inhale and exhale. Well, notice if your arm's up, you're having a little bit of a challenge to hold your torso still. Good. Last one. And then after we kick that leg back, we can just let it bend, let everything relax. Come up to mermaid. And then for that ultimate stretch with the shoulder, we have our hand on the roller. And lifting tall, rotate over, roll it away, press and pull, and lift it up and back. Oh, making sure our arms are at least shoulder width apart, wider, right, a little wider. So, yeah, one more. Take it over, roll, lift, and open. And this arm comes by our ears. We take a side stretch. Of course, this leg can be extended out, doesn't have to be folded next to you. And then looking up, that arm goes a little bit back. So we look up. And then back and rotate to look down. Stretch that arm all the way down to your leg. And bring ourselves back up. And bringing the legs into that diamond or butterfly. If you like, you can bring the roller underneath your legs to really let them relax and stretch forward here. It's kind of nice to be able to support the legs and do this stretch. So getting into the sacrum, balancing our sides. Okay, and then we'll come up and around to our all fours, our hands on the roller. Let's do a little bit of a cat-cow move here. So taking a breath as we exhale, curl the tailbone under, press the hips back, kind of push that roller away a little bit. A good stretch, and then round and pull that roller back. Again, curl the tailbone under, kind of press the hips back and push that roller a little bit away. And we pull ourselves up and an arch. Good. And then we're going to tuck our toes into the ground, into the mat. And inhale, exhale, curl again, press back, push the roller away a little bit. Pull yourself on up. See if you can float the knees. Optional, lift the hips, hike the hips up. That's optional. Lowering back down and coming into an arch. And then again, round. Press the hips back as you push that roller away. Pull yourself up, pull it in, float the knees, maybe pike the hips. Come slowly back down. We'll just do that one more time. Rounding, pressing back. Pulling back to the top and then float the knees, maybe the hips. And coming back the way we came, down to the mat and arch. Great, and then come to neutral. We're going to put the roller underneath our thighs here. So, like that on your elbows to start with. And just kind of pull and push with your arms to move the roller up and down the front of the legs. Maybe a little painful. You don't have to move very much. You can do whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to, when we bring the roller up toward the pelvis, we're going to, if you're able to do this, this of course is optional too. Everything's optional. Okay, straighten the arms. so that we're coming into a little bit of a back extension here, right? And then we're going to pull that roller down as we sort of look up, sort of like an upward facing dog. And then let your elbows bend as the roller goes down. Adjust the roller a little bit. Let the elbows bend. You might start with the roller about halfway on the legs, between the top and the bottom of the legs. So kind of pull into that upward dog as you pull the roller down, and then letting the elbows bend. The roller goes back up the legs. This is optional. So if you can include that, right? Just take a little upward stretch and then roll back down. So we really engage our arms and our shoulders. Kind of like a swan dive on the roller. Back. Quite a workout for the body, the upper body. And then next time we lower ourselves down, you can go ahead and bring yourself onto your elbows and come up onto the knees. Oh, I like accomplishing two things at once. All right, so we're going to bring the roller underneath our ankles again, or calves, and wherever you want to put it there. And we're just going to grab hold of our right leg. We're going to roll onto our back. Give this leg a stretch. And you can bend and straighten. You can move your foot, whatever feels good to you. Here, just give this leg a little stretch. It should be easier because our left leg is on the roller to reach that, reach that calf, hopefully. Yeah. And then we're going to let go of our leg, get it as straight as we can. Bring our arms out from our shoulders on the ground. And then take the leg across the body, and rolling off that hip, and then lift it up and open it out to the side. And lift it up and take it across the body and lift it up. So we're just going to rock side to side in this twist. Open it out to the side, lift it up, cross the body. Maybe it goes a little farther, shoulders all the way on the ground. Open out to the side. And then this time when we lift it up, we take it across the body. We'll go ahead and circle that leg down toward the roller, around and back to the top. So making a nice big circle, take it across, down, out, lift. So we try to hold that roller nice and still with our left leg pressing into it. And then we'll reverse our circles at the top. So going the other direction, down, across, and lift. Yeah. And then when we finish our next circle here, we can land at the top and bend the knee and stretch it in. Give it a little stretch in toward your shoulder. And then grab hold behind your leg. Your leg can be bent or straight. You're going to rock up, pressing leg into hand. Take hold of your left leg and round onto the back. Roll back and give this leg a stretch so we can, whatever feels good to us, bend and straighten, move the foot. If you're flexible and you're able to reach your calf, ankle, great, but whatever you can manage. Move that foot around. it's really good for us to have our leg in the air, right? Because that helps bring the blood back toward the heart. So we're not only stretching the leg, we're also getting that blood to flow back towards our heart, which is really a good idea to do that sometimes. All right, so we're going to get the leg as straight as we can. I'll move my body a little bit. And arms out from our shoulders. We're going to take the leg across, keeping our shoulders anchored. Lift it up, open it out to the side, and lift it up. Using your breath to lift that leg. Okay, exhale up. Open out to the side. Exhale up. Take it across. Exhale up. Side to side. And the next time we go across, we'll take it into the circles. So take it across, down, sweep it around, and back. Up. You can let your knee bend as much as it needs to. Use your exhale to lift the leg. And after we go about 3 circles, we'll go the other direction, out, down, across, and lift. See if your shoulders are relaxed, hopefully. And then when you finish your circles that direction, hug your knee in and stretch it in towards your shoulder. Give it a little stretch and movement, right? And then we're going to go ahead and straighten that leg, hands behind that leg, or you can have your knee bent, which makes it a little easier. Rock up, pressing into the hands. And we're going to roll back onto our back. I want to make sure we're even on both sides. We had to do that. Roll onto your back. So for back body plank, you can have your arms up. You can have your arms crossed on your body or on the ground. So inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to press our backside off the ground. Kind of lift it up. Inhale, and then exhale back down. Inhale, exhale, press the backside off the ground. Inhale, exhale, lower. Good. One more time. Exhale, press up. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Great. And then with arms in the air, draw your right leg up, grab hold and lift your head and shoulders. And we're going to go into a little switch, little stretch and switch. This is called single straight leg stretch. So pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. And then we're going to stop with whatever leg we're holding on to, clasp our hands behind our head, supporting our head, switch and rotate. Switch and elbow to knee. Of course, if you need to bend your knees and you want to do the bent leg version of crisscross, you can, if it's too hard to do with the straight legs. Last one. And then bring both legs up. Hug your knees as you roll down. Hug your knees. Relax your body. We'll rock around. That was kind of hard. Okay, if you're able to rock on your spine and do a little spine roll, you can do a rolling ball and just kind of rock and roll. If that's not good for your spine, don't do that. A different way. But if you can, just a little rock and come up to sitting. And then we'll lost my train. My train was derailed. Okay, we're gonna sit on our roller. I'll sit on the side view here. It's easier to see. Okay, sit on the roller. Find your legs in a straddle, somewhat of a straddle, and the knees can be a little bit bent, or if it's comfortable, you can straighten them, whatever's comfortable for you to sit tall. And we're going to bring our arms up, hands. Either you can rest your fingers on your shoulders or fingers behind the ears. Okay. And then we're just going to take a little side bend over to one side and lift up. Side bend over to the other side. Keep the head lifted and lift. Two more. Side bend. A little stretch in that side under our shoulder. And one more. Side bend over. And lift. And extend the arms out. We're just going to rotate and take it into a little saw. So stretching across for that opposite foot. And then coming back up and rotate. Lift across. Again, your legs can be bent or straight. Breathe. All rotate and back up, rotate, and when you're even on both sides, we come up and just let the arms relax, and we'll cross one leg over the other for just a little hip stretch. So you can pick whatever side you want to start with. Right, feel on top of the roller there, and just kind of make sure that foot's flexed, right? So that it protects our knee. Kind of stretch a little over that leg. Try to flatten the back. And then we might take a little roll around that glute, right? If you want to bring your hand behind and just sort of, you can straighten the leg or keep it crossed, whatever feels right. Sometimes, most of the time, I can't keep my leg crossed, but today I can. It might be different days. And then we'll come up and do the other side. So we can uncross, cross the other leg on top, flexed foot. Try to flatten the back and just take a little stretch forward. Yeah. You may not really go forward, that's okay. It's just flattening the back that really gives us the stretch, right? And then we might like to roll onto that glute and just do a little massage there. And breathe. And then for the very last thing, we're going to come onto the ground, bring the roller behind our back, and do a little quick back massage. So you're just going to essentially balance ourselves and equilibrate our nervous system, rolling a little bit on our back. And lower the hips down, extend back over the roller. Take a breath here. Just take a couple breaths here. And whenever you want, when you're ready to lift up, come on up. right. Well, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to hit the button.